have to hear. Drink a good deal of it, make a good meal of it, stick to your old-fashioned beer. Now don't be afraid of it, drink till you're made of it. Now all together a cheer.
Well, hey there, folks. Once again, it's Mark here, your one-take beer reviewer, the guy behind the keyboard at beeronaut.com, and I am recording this right now on December 21st, the longest night of the year. It seems nice outside, but once I'm here in my beer cellar, it still seems pretty chilly here. So, well, we're dressed for the weather in this location. Anyway, since it's the longest night of the year, a lot of people have taken to a tradition of drinking some very dark and very strong stouts, and I thought, let's get into that. And I kind of went through my beer cellar list for old barrel-aged stouts. Got to really start drinking some of these beers I've been saving for way too long, because I may not live that long. But anyway, we're doing all right here. Actually, let's just move on. This is Goose Island, Bourbon County. Let me get the name totally right here. Bourbon County Backyard Rye Stout. It was one of their 2013 bottlings when their brewmaster was a guy named Brett Porter. That seems pretty appropriate. And this was the one that they made with mulberries, boysenberries, marionberries. Supposedly, the inspiration came from just picking berries out of their backyard, and aged in rye whiskey barrels. And amazingly, I've got a couple bottles of these. They were provided to me when I was working as a sampler for Goose Island, but I have not tasted these yet. So yeah, this has been provided to me, and it's way past time to talk about it. So once again, when I'm going through my ales from the cellar, I always want to warn that the brewer is in no way responsible for how well the beer holds up after what is now 10 years. Yes, that's right. So let's just go into it. I always try to preserve the cap so I can put it back on and make a better presentation of the empty bottle here. Luckily, no gushers today. So let's see what we get. And they did provide some appropriate glassware at this year's media tasting. So let's just pour a little bit out like this. Get a nice little snifter and a snootful. And of course, it's very dark and with a little tan ring of foam around it. Try to get a little closer here as best we can without that circle of my light in the way. It's really gotten a lot of berry nose to it. I think the whiskey nose might have faded out a little bit. I'm not picking up much oak or vanilla here, just some berry and a little bit of chocolate to that, so that might be coming from the whiskey barrel aging. Ooh, still holding up a lot of its fizz. This one clocks in at 12.7% alcohol by volume. And yes, I'm getting some chocolate to it, and nice, when you usually get the berry taste, it's usually just seems to be like raspberries, blueberries, and so forth, but instead it's the wild berries from Illinois or the Midwestern region. I'm getting a lot more chocolate to this from somewhere, and I think because I read a couple of reviews before starting this, and that's what was mentioned, but no, it's really there. Fizz is held up nicely, and it's got a nice thick alcoholic taste to it, but it's not rough like a regular whiskey would be. Just a nice, very well smoothed out imperial stout. And I'm just glad I finally got around to this. Like I said, it's 10 years old. It could have turned in that time, but no, it's still holding up very well. A great combination of berry flavoring, with whiskey, and the whiskey notes are coming through now. And this was a very popular varietal, and they kind of reintroduced a new version of that this year, 2023. So yeah, I would say that's worth seeking out. But in the meantime, I have had fun breaking out finally from my cellar one of my Bourbon County Stout Backyard Rye Imperial Barrel Aged Stouts, and I'm glad I was able to enjoy this. Maybe not with you, but in front of you. But anyway, this is Mark, your one take beer reviewer, the guy at beeronaut.com, saying happy holidays.
Now don't be afraid of it. Drink till you're made of it. Now all together a cheer. Up with the sail of it. Down with the pain of it. Glorious, glorious beer.